Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. It is Seafood Friday, and we are ready to dig in for today. Hopefully, everybody had a wonderful week and ready for the weekend. So, what we're doing today is seafood stuffed peppers. We already have our mise en place done. We're incorporating salmon, shrimp, and turkey kielbasa. We have our peppers already ready. We have a chunky tomato sauce, some Gruyere cheese, some shredded cheese, and of course we have our pepper caps, and that's for visual later on. What you need to do first and foremost, in your pot, you are going to put your turkey kielbasa. Now, of course, as always, I have some minced garlic already in the pot, and we're going to pull our kielbasa in. You don't have to use any type of oil because in your kielbasa there's already enough oil in the kielbasa. So you're going to take that, let that cook for a minute, put that back on the stove. While that's doing what I've already done, I have taken a pepper. I have today orange and red, hollowed it out, put in just a little bit of butter cooking spray, and I put it in the oven for 10 minutes. You want it to go ahead to start to cook, get a tad bit tender, because you don't want it cooking at the same time everything else because it will overcook. When we put our peppers back in the oven, we're really just getting our cheese melted and getting everything melded together. Now, you can already hear our sausage is sizzling. And again, this is turkey kielbasa for my non-beef eaters to just kind of help you out a little bit, and that's moving through. What we're doing a mock plate on a gumbo, if you will, and stuffing it in a pepper. So you're going to see where we're going to go. But this is a wonderful Friday night meal. You've had a hard week, a great week, a horrible week, a terrific week, whatever kind of week, and you're ready to pull it in. And we're moving through. So first of all, we want to say cheers to the weekend. I personally love a great Prosecco, and that helps out of our weekend. So as we're moving through, we're going to toss our sausage just a little bit more as it is cooking down and oiling our pan. The next thing we're going to put in is our salmon. What I've done, I've taken a simple salmon fillet and I've cubed it. Put it up into some nice cubes, and that's going to be the next thing that's going in. Now, what happens in our meal, we all know that it doesn't take our seafood long to cook. The very, very last thing we're going to put in our pan is our shrimp and moving through. While we're getting this ready, we have our oven set for 350. Also, another very key ingredient, I've ahead of time prepared some saffron rice, a nice little yellow rice. It is sitting waiting on us. Here it is in our pot, ready to go. What will happen at the end, we're going to incorporate some of our rice into our mixture, and then the last thing we're going to do and put in our mixture will be our chunky vegetable tomato sauce, and we'll get there. Yeah, so you can see it as we go along, everything is nicely melting in. Here again, it doesn't take our seafood long to cook, so we're moving that on back on the stove, and we'll be ready to rock and roll. As you start to see your salmon slightly turn white, very so slightly turn white, then we're going to add our shrimp. And the very last part of that, something that I've discovered that I really enjoy, is our Tony's Creole seasoning. Now, I will give you a quick little hint on this. This is in the grocery store for about $6. However, it has showed up in the dollar store. So you better get it while you can. Very limited supply. But this is $6 in the grocery store. So a very good spice. And you're going to add just a tad right on the top. Not much. In our Creole seasoning has our garlic, thyme, oregano, salt, pepper, and cayenne pepper. Everything is already in the sauce. We want to give everything a nice little toss. Of course, we need our music vibe going on. Alexa, please play the last song. Our music tribute of the day with Alexa is Laugh, Don't Cry by Drake. So Alexa, continue to play. As we're giving us a toss, a nice little toss, I'll bring it back over so you can kind of start seeing where we are. Our shrimp is turning a little pink, as well as our salmon, and we're ready to rock and roll. While we're waiting on that, I want to thank some of our moms for great questions and some great comments yesterday on yesterday's meal, our family meal with our tater tot casserole. I understand that it was a great success with a lot of people, so I'm glad that I could help you out with that. So we're ready to rock and roll with that. All right? We're almost ready. I'm going to let that sizzle one moment. If you notice, I'm trying not to bother our pot, everything, to let all the flavors meld in and move and be ready to go. So it's looking very good with us. Ah, yes. Awesome. And here's the coloration that you really want on it. See that nice pink and everything has moved well? Okay, we are ready to roll. So at this time, we're going to take our chunky tomato sauce, chunky vegetable tomato sauce, just to be exact, and pour in. Going to use about a cup of that. Just let it incorporate very nicely. I'm going to turn that down to simmer and let that simmer just a bit. Ooh, losing material. You're not going to use all of it. You're going to leave some for the top. Now, while that is still working, we're going to work with our peppers. Our peppers are here. Everything's cut off. I try to throw little surprises here or there. So what I'm going to do in my peppers, at the bottom, I'm taking some chunks of Gruyere cheese to put at the bottom of our pepper. So once that mixture hits it, it's going to start melting in and melding everything in. So we're going to look at our ingredients again. We have peppers. Have 2 peppers here. You can make as many as you need to be. Salmon, shrimp, turkey kielbasa, some chunky vegetable tomato sauce, Gruyere cheese, and some other shredded cheddar for the top. Our oven is at 350, and we're going to leave everything in the oven for 30 minutes on 350 and be ready to go. And also, last but not so least, we have our yellow saffron rice. So everything is going to melt in and be ready to go. Now, our ingredients have simmered down and they're ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off so you get a chance to see where we are. So that lets you know what we're looking like, what we're working with. All right, so I'm going to get my assembly line ready and ready to go. All right. I have our yellow rice is here as well. So you're going to take a small amount, a little bit of everything, and start to put in your peppers. Just a tad. Then you're going to take some of your yellow rice, put on top of that. Ah, very good. Go to my other pepper as well. This will actually make about 6 peppers. Get your rice. Got our rice in, looking very good. We're not going to use all of the rice. We're going to preserve some of the rice for actually our plate and our presentation. So we're going to get a little more of our seafood. More of that sauce in there. Oh, that looks amazing. Amazing. You don't have to worry about them coming off very full, because as they cook, they're going to cook down. And basically what's happening is in your cook, everything is already prepared. You're just letting all the flavors meld in together. And I always like to put a little more sauce. Mix our sauce in and around. Okay. And once I'm done with that, I take my reserve sauce and just put a little bit over the top. A little bit over the top. There you go. And then our shredded cheese over the top of the peppers. And we are ready for the oven. Let me bring you just a little bit closer so you can see. We are ready for the oven. So we're going in. We'll be right back.